Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Spike Magazine Trophy. We are in the middle of week number 5 in this competition. 9 weeks of regulation, and it's always fun when the halflings take to the pitch. Tonight, we're going to have the Wasabazons versus the Dream-A-Wish Foundation, War Horsemen versus Nick Satan, Amazons versus halflings. Let's take a look at the standings real quick before we take a look at the rosters of the two teams this evening. In Division A, currently in first place with the best record in the league so far, at least in this competition, Moobs NC Snakes. They're a Dark Elf team. They are 4-0-0. They are followed by MAML Nightmare, coached by Festung. They're a Necro team. They're 3-2-0. And in third place, the Tizork Savage Boys, coached by Tizzle Bizzle. They're an Orc team. They are undefeated with a record of 2-2-0. Over in Division B, heading up the division, none other than the Pip Stars, coached by Dead Fred. They're a Lizardman team. They are 4-0-1, followed by the Remnants of Valor in second place. That's SB Human team. They're 3-1-1. And the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nut, in third. They're a Nurgle team. They are 3-0-0. Yep, in the middle of the ocean. And in Division C, we have Philosopher's Song in first place. Spire's Lizardman team, they're 3-0-1, followed by the Goodest Boys Strike Back. That's Old Gamer Mike's Necro team, they're 2-2-0. And the Fishy Fiends are in third place. Ajax's Chaos Renegades team, they are 2-1-1. We're in the middle of the ocean, BB Nut. The home team for this evening will be the Wasabazons, coached by War Horsemen. They have 12 on the roster. That brings their TV to 1,150,000 gold. They have 2 of the Strength 4 blockers. They have 2 throwers, 2 blitzers, and a bunch of line women, 1 apothecary, 2 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the halflings of the Dream-A-Wish Foundation, coached by the current league champion, Nick Satan. Has 14 players on the roster this evening. That brings their TV to 940,000 gold. That is just 210,000 gold in petty cash going to the halflings tonight. I think most teams will be happy with that. I think the halfling team is going to be a little disappointed with that. They have both treatment on the roster, sponsor Eleanor and sponsor Patsy. They have just one of the hefties here. The hefties have a strength of 2. They have an MA of 5, but they have that AV of 8+, and then a whole bunch of linemen on the roster. 3 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls, but I'm sure they're going to get more at the beginning of the half. We'll talk about that in just a minute. How these two teams going to play tonight. This Amazon team, the name of the game is to bash these halflings into oblivion. Get your 2-die blocks. If you can set up a 3-die, all the better. Murder them. Just murder the halflings. You murder the halflings, you win. That's the strategy. The problem for the Wasabazons tonight is that they only have 2 players with the block skill. They have the number 1 Jaguar Warrior with the block skill, that's a blodger, and then Alice Shinbreaker, the number 5 Piranha Warrior, also a blodger. But that's it. Those are the only players with block. Lots of players with the strength of 3. Strength 3 across the board. 2 players with the strength of 4. Doesn't have the big guy. This is fine, but you just have to be mindful of your action order. You want to go in on your blitzes with your blocker if at all possible. That is somebody with the block skill. You want to take blocks with those 2 blockers as well as much as possible. You're trying to remove players. That's the name of the game. Remove players, especially because, or your action order is going to be important, especially because you're probably going to lose some rerolls. With 210,000 gold, remember the halfling team gets a discounted halfling master chef. It only costs 100k. I have to imagine Nick Satan will pick up the master chef in tonight's game. They can steal up to 3 rerolls from another team. To be perfectly clear, they roll 3d6 on every 4+. Their opponent loses a reroll and the halfling team gains a reroll. That means, for example, if the Wasabazons only had 1 reroll and Nick Satan rolled 3 4+, he'd still get 3 rerolls. The Wasabazons would only lose the 1. So it's not really a steal per se. But regardless, the Wasabazons have 3. They're probably not going to have 3 for either half tonight. If they get really lucky or really unlucky, they're going to have none, and that's going to be a big factor. So their action order really has to be important tonight with the lack of block and the potential lack of rerolls. The halfling team, on the other hand, they're going to do what halflings do, right? They're going to try to march down the pitch as far as possible and set up for a halfling fling. They have the 2 treemen, and then everybody on this roster, save for the hefty, has the right stuff. They can be tossed by the Treeman to try to get in that end zone and score. Nick Satan, look at this. But before I continue, look at this. I want to point out to everyone that Nick Satan is a commissioner. Has access to all the levers. No, I'm just kidding. But look at this. Number 8, Ralph. He randomed into sprint and sure feet. Unbelievable. Random into sprint and sure feet. So Ralph here can move a total of 8 MA on a turn and re-roll a failed rush result. Has 2 sneaky gets on the roster as well. They will not be, that's right, hacks. Will not be called off the pitch if they don't break armor on fouls. I imagine we'll see some fouling by the Dream and Wish Foundation tonight, especially if they can get a knockdown on those 2 block players. If they can, and they don't get a removal, I think we're going to see some fouls on them. Sponsor Eleanor here has been gobbling up SPP. Currently level 3, could level up to level 4 even if he wished. Has Mighty Blow, has block. These guys, strength of 6, very, very powerful pieces, but their job is to stay on their feet. Even if they get rooted, it's to stay on their feet, march down pitch, and then toss a halfling if you can't get in the end zone otherwise. Other than that, they've got to stay alive. And with just 210,000 gold, I think Nick Satan's going to be a little bit disappointed in the inducement phase. I think he's going to pick up the Halfling Master Chef. Again, it's discounted. Most teams cost 300,000 gold. Just 100,000 gold for the Halfling team. That's going to leave 110,000 gold left over. 110,000 gold. Yeah, that's the right number. 110,000 gold left over. He can't pick, if he's going to pick up the Chef, he can't pick up 2-star players. So that may mean a Cindy Pie Whistle for 50k, 60k left over. That could be a keg for the inevitable KOs. He might bump it into something else if he's prayed enough before the game. But I think what it's going to end up being, I think it's going to be a Master Chef. It's going to be Cindy Pie Whistle, and I think it's going to be a keg. And whenever you're a Halfling coach, you're a little sad that you can't pick up your 2-star players. But them's the breaks. So without further ado, we're going to see if the 2 coaches are ready to go, and we'll get this game underway here this Sunday evening. Looks like they are indeed ready to go. Welcome everyone to the stream. Bad Dog says, quote unquote, random, sometimes called the admin discount. SB Beaver says, don't worry, I asked the commissioner to investigate and Nick said it was legit. Perfect. SB Beaver says these 50k bombers are getting annoying. They are quite annoying. They're very undercosted. They're very undercosted. All right, waiting for this game to get underway. Both coaches are in Discord, and so they look to be ready to go. Again, 210,000 gold in petty cash going to the Halfling team tonight. They've got to stay alive. Halflings die. They're very, very fragile, right? They're weak and fragile. Low strength, low armor value. And so it's very easy to remove them from the pitch. That goes for, I would say, all stunty teams, really. One of the goals is just to stay alive, and that can be really tough to do. You have to set up your formation in such a way that you're protecting the important players. For the Halfling team, I don't know how many important players there are. The sprint sure feet player for sure is an important player, but otherwise it's just about well, not just about. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult to coach a stunty team, but it's about keeping players alive, keeping them safe, and if you've done that. Then you've probably also exerted some control over the field, because that's how you keep people alive, right? Clear skies for this evening. This is a Division A matchup. SB Beaver says his halflings are just as strong as your catchers. Sure, but my catchers are also MA8. And almost instantly pick up block. It depends on how I get them out, but... Dream and Wish Foundation looking to jump up into 5th place with a win here this evening. Actually, it would be 6th place. 9 Fan Factor for the evening. We've got green versus red. It's a Christmas game. Wait, Dream of Wish Foundation, they're red? So he's picking up the chef. He is going to pick up Cindy. And 60K left over. I think it's going to be a keg. No, oh, man. So he did pray to Nuffle. So my prediction is a little bit off here. Didn't pick up the keg. Decided to go in on 2 coaches and a cheerleader as well. There's Cindy Pie Whistle. She is a secret weapon. She'll be on the pitch for a single drive this evening. No bribe for the Dream of Wish Foundation unless you can successfully argue the call. She'll be off after a single drive. The Wasabazons are going to win the coin toss here. I imagine they're going to be on offense to start. Oh, they're going to choose to be on defense. All right, fair enough. Going to choose to be on defense. That means the halfling team will have the ball first. They'll be able to control the momentum here. They're going to start punching first. SB Beaver says, I'm just happy BB Nut had an early bye week. Gives me hope for a little longer. Move says, yeah, he hasn't conceded a single touchdown in this competition so far. That is very true. The Believe Broncos are 3-0-0. 5 touchdowns scored, none given away. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It is a very sunny day. So all passes are going to be a -1. The sun's going to be in the eyes of all the players tonight. And Cindy Pie Whistle, of course, will be passing those pies. Those honest pies that definitely won't explode. So -1 to Cindy's bomb tosses here in this matchup. BB Nut says, I'm not? Have I not? You have not. At least according to the stats, you've not. Bitwise Bard, welcome to the stream. Bitwise Bard says, yeah, but who trusts numbers? Numbers are for nerds. Here's the kick by the Wasabazons. They don't have a kicker, so this ball will scatter up to 6 spaces. Middle. Oh, necessary violence to the Dream of Wish Foundation. Didn't need the cheerleader, but I'd like to think the cheerleader helped make that result possible. All right. 2-9 block on the line to get started. Got a pal here. Breaks armor. Gets a stun out of it. Oh, no. Oh, it's going to brawler a die into a both down result. And that's going to be, well, yeah. Oh. At least got a KO out of it. Second block here with the non-block Treeman. Got a free reroll with the Brawler skill. Brawler says that if you get a both down result, you can reroll one of those, a single die with both down. He spent the Brawler skill, didn't go into those 5 rerolls. Stole 2 rerolls on the kickoff with the delicious aromas wafting from the Halfling Master Chef. Did get a knockout on the trade. It's a 1-man player advantage right now for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Wasabazons now in turn 1. They're going to get a push against Fievel version 2.0. BB Nut said, should have full re-rolled in my opinion. Yeah, so that's... With 5 re-rolls, I think I would agree. Instead of spending the Brawler, you can spend your team re-roll instead, and then you get to re-roll all those dice. Nick Satan, current league champion. In fact, the only 2-time league champion in league history. Won Season 1 with a Chaos team and Season 4 with a Lizard team. 2-die blitz over in the right wide zone. Got a pal against James version 2.0. Just 7+ breaks armor. Got a stun out of this. So hit and run. This is a new skill for these Amazons. After they block someone down, they can move another space for free so long as they don't end up marking a player. That includes somebody who's prone. CK Forward, welcome to the stream. As a Black Orc enjoyer, brawler skill is awful. Number 7 moving down the left wide zone. Blitz already spent. 2 marks on Jimmy version 3.0 in the left wide zone. Turn number 2 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Failed to take root roll. So in order to stand up, they've got to get through the take root roll, and they've got to get through the stand-up roll. Because it costs 3 MA to stand up, they only have 2 points of movement allowance. So if you don't have at least 3 to stand up, you have to roll a d6. On a 4+, you can stand up. However, these treatment in particular have Timber, which means to stand up, they can get assists to help them on the stand-up. Failed to take root roll. You won't actually take root if you're prone, but you still got to roll it. Failed to take root roll. Spends the re-roll. Was able to stand up. Down to 4 re-rolls now. A pass by Cindy over to the left wide zone. Waiting for the Jaguar Warrior to attempt to intercept the ball. Cindy, I swear. Cindy stays on her feet here. Oh. All right, now, 45 seconds to go. I've caught my breath. Oh, man. Failed pickup by Ralph. Spends another team reroll down to 3. Moves the ball up to the Dream of Wish Foundation's own 8-yard line. SP Beaver says, last night when I finally figured out how to catch the bomb, he just blew it up in my face. Two-die blitz by sponsor. Eleanor gets the POW against the Ballista, the number 9 rookie line woman. Looking for just a 7+ to break armor with Mighty Blow here. No armor break. Dream of Wish Foundation on the bonus clock here. They're down to just under 7 minutes. Repositioning with a wide cage here to try to keep this ball, not just keep this ball carrier safe, but give him movement options on this upcoming turn. That'll be it. Turn number 2. Back to the Wasabazons. Could double rush blitz the ball right now. Continuing to move Amazonians across the line of scrimmage here. A third one over in the left wide zone now on the opposing 2-yard line. That's Elaine, the praying mantis, the rookie line woman. All Amazon players come with the dodge skill. That might make you think that they are an agile type team, like an elven team. The problem is, look at their agility value. It's a 3+, not as good as a 2+. So this tends to be a little bit of a bashy team, really, and that dodge skill makes them a little more resilient. 2-die block against Fievel version 2.0 gets a push out of this. Fievel with the fend skill says, get off of me. So Alice, Shinbreaker, will not be able to follow up on the blitz. Still had that hit and run skill, but again, you can't end up marking a player, so that's not a way to get around that fend or anything like that. Moob says, I only found out recently, I knew if you fumbled the bomb throw, it was a turnover, but I learned that if you were hit by your bomb for any reason, such as scatters back to you or is caught and thrown back at you, it's still a turnover. SP Beaver says 3+ is basically 66%, and that's basically 100%. That's the way it works. That's how numbers work. Turn 3 now for the Dream of Wish Foundation. 6 Amazons staying back in the we'll call that the secondary. Dream of Wish Foundation on their own 8-yard line. Sponsor Patsy's going to move forward just 2 points of movement, and they have to roll that take root roll. That's their nega trait. Before they activate, they roll a d6. And if they fail that roll, they are rooted. They stay right in place. BB Nut asks, what's your favorite sports team? I don't know how to answer. I do have an answer, which I think is the correct answer, but I don't know if it's the answer you're going to want. That's right. That's exactly right. SP Beavers bang on. What commodity team? That's right. It's the Telugu Titans. The Telugu Titans, the pro commodity team. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, my favorite team, the Blood Bowl team, is my favorite team. 35 seconds ago, turn number 3. Now crossing the line. Oh, crossing the line of scrimmage. Failed the dodge with Jimmy version 3.0. Didn't get to spend a team reroll there because I had a free reroll with the dodge skill. And rolled Snake Eyes on the dodge. So that's going to be a turnover. The ball in the hands of Ralph, the injured level 3 lineman. That's the sprint sure feet halfling player, now on the opposing 2-yard line. Turn 3 back to the Wasabazons. Two-die blitz on number 12. Fievel version 2.0. It's going to get knocked to the ground. 8+ is going to break armor. Doesn't get it. SP Beaver says, my favorite team is our wonderful team of referees who never get a call wrong. Never, ever. So, what a weird animation for hit and run. So weird. So hit and runs one space back like like a kung fu fight. This looks like Mortal Kombat. Rush is in a position to take a mark on the ball carrier. BBNet says, well, you see, that was my thought. Next season when I'm playing Flings, next season called the Telugu Titans versus my favorite team. Ava will have issues. Yes, I will. Wasabazon setting up columns in front of his halfling defense. Not getting super aggressive against these halflings. I think this Amazon team really wants to be punching halflings in the face. They get a push on Jerry version 2.0 over on the left side of the line. Rushes to take a mark on Mickey version 0.2 behind the ball carrier. The refs have been on point, man. Turn 4 now for the Dream and Wish Foundation. They currently have a one-man player advantage. And there they go as these trees trundle down pitch. Marking 2 Amazons. And now a third with sponsor Eleanor. That's the number 15 treatment on the left side of this cage. 3+ dodge is no problem for Ralph. So now the Dream and Wish Foundation might start screening out these backfield Amazons just to keep them out of the drive. Is he going to chuck a bomb with Cindy? Is he going to put Cindy on the corner? He's going to chuck a... I mean, it's Cindy. You chuck bombs with Cindy. Interception attempt. Ooh, Cindy's gonna stay on her feet, but she's gonna stun her teammate. Also knocks down Marathi the Tick, the rookie Jaguar warrior. That's right, Boop says, weather be damned, it's time to throw bombs. That's right. That's right. Cindy's got her sunglasses. She's fine. Double rush to take a mark on Alice Shinbreaker. So taking that mark, but remember these Amazons do have the dodge skill. It's a 3+ dodge for a positive dodge. Iron Cynic says, when I play trees, they never get that far downfield, typically rooted by turn 3. Turn 4 now for the Wasabazons. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. 2-die block against James version 2.0 will be a knockdown. Breaks armor and only gets a stun. Are we going to see a 2-die blitz on the ball carrier? The Wasabazons with just the 1 reroll. They started the game with 3, lost 2 to the Halfling Master Chef. We're going to have to get used to that because... Oh, failed dodge. He did try to dodge blitz, but failed the dodge. And now turn 5 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. That right there is why Amazons are not an agile, dodgy team. BB Nut says, are the Titans defunct? I don't think so. If they're defunct, they became defunct in like the last 6 months or something. But I don't think so. Like they played last season. Wiki's just confusing. Yeah, there's... I haven't checked, but there's not a whole lot of info on the KBL, unfortunately. Did I say KBL? The PKL. SB Beaver says, wait, did they change the math? I thought Amazons were 3+, which is guaranteed to pass. They must have accidentally rolled the rush die. Yeah, that's right. Now Nick Satan going in for the assist to get a 2-die on Marathi the Tick. There it is. 3 assists plus a strength of 2 is 5e4. Got the POW on Marathi the Tick. This is another skill you have to learn with stunty teams. Just because you're a stunty team, that doesn't mean you shy away from blocks. You want to take blocks, and that's the reason why. Got a good knockout here on the Jaguar Warrior. That's not even the weaker line women here. The line women you can see have an AV of 8. These Jaguar Warriors have an AV of 9. And that's a 2-man player advantage now for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Dream of Wish Foundation back on the bonus clock. 6 minutes, 40 seconds ago. Have yet to move the ball carrier. Probably are not going to move the ball carrier. So the Dream of Wish Foundation has indeed marked out these downfield Amazons. Turn 5 now for the Wasabazons. Now they're effectively playing defense with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. SP Beaver says, sorry, doing laundry, so not 100% here. Did you say halflings have a 2-person player advantage? I did indeed. Yes, I did. An assist for what looks to be a stand-up blitz. So might do a stand-up blitz here with Alice Shinbreaker, and then hit and run across the line of scrimmage to reposition either in front of the tree or maybe to apply some pressure on the ball carrier. What? What? Wow! 5+ dodge for the 2-die on the ball carrier. Gets a both down result and gets knocked out for their trouble. Oh! Wasabazons. Wow. 5+ dodge on the ball carrier. Got a both down result. Got knocked out. Spent the apothecary to stay on the pitch. Ball's going to get knocked back to the 4-yard line. Three-plus pickup by Ralph. Ralph's going to recover that ball and move right back into position. Three turns left for the Dream of Witch Foundation. No movement on this cage. Two-die blitz by sponsor Patsy. Gets a push out of this. Does have the grab skill. So can grab sponsor Patsy. Decides not to and pushes back. And now another two-die block against, this time against Jania Black Moon, the rookie Piranha Warrior. Although that's the same player. Alright, she just get pinballed between the two treemen, but stays on her feet. Cindy Pie Whistle with another bomb toss. Waiting for the interference attempt. This will be by the Praying Mantis, the number 12 line woman. BB Nut asked, did the Flings play season? What does that mean? Oh! Oh! What just happened there? Got a removal, but I thought that was a catch. Well, good removal here by Cindy Pie Whistle. Play last season, play last competition? Yeah, they did. They played in the Chaos Cup. Dream of Wish Foundation on the bonus clock once more. Another two-die block against the Fury, the number 1 Jaguar Warrior. Gets a POW here. 9+ break. Oh, another armor break. Got another KO. Wow. A 4-man player advantage for the Halflings. BB Nut says the Chaos Cup. Who won that? Who indeed, BB Nut? Who indeed? Turn 6 now for the Wasabazons. For anyone else watching, of course, BB Nut won the Chaos Cup. Jump up block on Jerry version 2.0 by Alice Shinbreaker. Oh, she's going to stay on the sideline. All right, she's going to hit and run. She's not going to hit and run. Ho ho! Alice Shinbreaker. Staying put, has no fear. I thought for sure she would hit and run this way. Tries to dodge away from a tree, fails to dodge. That's a turnover. Turn 7 for the Dream and Wish Foundation. They have to end this turn in scoring position. They're going to have a lane almost certainly after the block against Black Moon. Going to take it with the block skill. Got the pal. Well done. Needs a 7+ to break armor. Plenty of halflings to keep the ball carrier safe. There's the armor break. Got a stun. That's 2 players downfield that the Dream and Wish Foundation's just not going to have to worry about. Very surprised. I understand the Dream and Wish Foundation. They wanted to take that block with the treatment with the block skill just to give them the maximum amount of opportunity or probability to knock down this player. But boy, what a tempting surf this was over here. They're setting up for the surf next turn, you can see. But then that means they're going to roll that die before scoring. BB Nut says no surf. I'm not angry, just disappointed. That's worse. So now the Dream and Wish Foundation, are they going to half cage this? They're going to full cage it? I think they want to get this tree out of the way, right? And then move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought for sure they were going to half cage this. No, he's going to throw the halfling! Ah! What is that? But he lands on his feet. Now he's going to dodge. Oh, my goodness. Ha! Set up for the halfling fling here. Actually landed on his feet, but then needed to dodge away. Failed to dodge. The ball's now on the ground on the opposing 16-yard line. Turn 7 for the Wasabazons now. Had the ball right here, could have moved the treatment out of the way, or in a blocking position or something, and then would have had 5 points of movement, and then another 5 to get in the end zone on the next turn. Two-die blitz against Jimmy version 3.0. Gets a push on the left side here. Decides to follow up on the blitz, but oh my! Whoa! Oh, man. I was going to say decided to follow up on the blitz, but that means that he's not going after the ball, but then just dodges out of the way. So it works out regardless. Telestrator of Doom. Do we even need it? Shinbreaker running away to safety, but that's one of your 2 block players. I would think that block player should be punching the pans off the heads of these halflings. Turn 8 now for the Dream and Wish Foundation. Oh, good call, good call. Scoring threat. You're absolutely right. Good call. All right, sponsor Eleanor Blitz fails the rush. We'll spend a reroll here. Got the knockdown on Blunder. 7+ breaks armor. Pushes onto the ball. The ball... don't go into the hands of the treeman. What? Oh, I thought the treeman caught it. I was like, what is happening? All right. It's gonna be one run. Oh, I'm so scared. What is happening right now? What is going on? What is happening? Ah, no rerolls left. I thought for sure that would be a ball pickup, dodge away, but instead it's double. It's a dodge double rushes. So I guess this is gonna be a pass. Here it is. 4+ pickup. Whoa. Ah! Ah! Oh my goodness, that play worked out. The Dream-A-Wish Foundation gets on the board. What a play! The Harley Quinn cheerleaders. Oh man! Ha! The Wasabazons are going to get a turn unless there's a timeout. They'll get 2. My goodness. Look at this. What a touchdown. That's a Cindy Pie whistle. Being the secret weapon got called off the pitch. Nick Satan tried to argue the call, and the ref said, no, come on, man. She throws bombs. Get out of here. So not only was Cindy called off the pitch, Nick Satan called off the pitch as well. He's been ejected from the game and can no longer argue the call, and will get a -1 to the brilliant coaching kickoff event. But picked up two assistant coaches, so still a net positive. Move says, I love refs kicking out coaches and dare justify Cindy or Triple Stout's existence on the pitch. Oh, all right, 3 on the line for the Halfling team. 4 on the line for the offense right now. They're going to get 1 turn to score unless there's a timeout. That's right, she allegedly throws bombs. Who knows? Maybe she just has some weird combination of sugar and baking soda and something else that explodes when you hand the pie to someone. That's not a bomb. That's an explosion of taste. Sugar, spice, and everything not nice. I'll be back in 5 seconds. I'm gonna get myself something to drink. All right. The Ballista's going to get under the ball here with on the ball. Not going to matter anyway. It was a high kick. Ballista will not be able to pick up the ball. They're not going to be able to score on this turn. So now just looking to remove some halflings and try to even out the score here. Move says, why are there 3 Amazons so far back? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Took a one die blitz against Mickey version 0.2. Could have taken the blitz over here, got a 2 die out of it. Now 1 die on sponsor Patsy. Needs a massive 11+ to break armor, doesn't get it. Then goes for the foul with 3 assists. With 2 assists, excuse me. This one's marked. Wasn't able to break armor. Still 11+ is huge. So 2 assists Brings that down to an average 9 plus. What? All right. The blitzer with a successful pass with the PA of 5+. It works out. Got the one SPP. One more KO comes back for the Wasabazons. They'll be on offense to start the second half. BB Nuts says they saw the video of the fling 0 touchdown. So the Halflings will have 11. The Wasabazons will have 10. No, they're going to have 11. Why do they have 11? They had 12? I guess they did. I guess they did. So 11v11 on the pitch here. Dream and Wish Foundation setting up on defense. They're in the lead 1-0 right now. Wasabazons set up their offense. Those two trees are either what is the word I'm looking for? Defensive end. My goodness. The two defensive ends for the defense. Big strength of 6. Hard to block them down, but you can certainly do it. You have the blockers here with the strength of 4. You as in War Horseman, the Amazon team. One halfling in either wide zone. You can see the two inner linebackers here are the sneaky gits. Nick Satan wants to put them in a position where they can get to where they need to be on a foul. Four on the line right now. These orange circles, these orange inner circles, these are the blockers. These are the strength 4 pieces. I'm very surprised he's not putting a lot of players on the line here and putting a strength 4 versus one strength 4 player versus each of these trees. You can get the 2-die on both of them. All right, so 2 back to receive, one of which will be the ballista, the sure hands player. This is the number 3 thrower. Here's the kick. Ball kicked way back to the 20-yard line. The ballista with on the ball will get under the ball, and now on the solid defense, the Dream and Wish Foundation will reset anyone who is not marked. Stealing 2 rerolls away from the Amazons once again here in the second half of the game. So the Wasabazons are going to have just the 1 reroll remaining for the rest of the game. Blunt Bowl, welcome to the stream. Moob says the unmarked tree is going to say hello to the Zons on the line, I imagine. I imagine. There he goes. Oh, Blood Bowl, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Defense here on solid defense are going to shift a few players over to the left. They got a 5 out of a potential 6 to reposition. We're going to pull one of the safeties forward. That's Charles, the level 2 lineman with what do you have, Charles? With sprint. Ball's going to bounce one space back to the 22-yard line. And now turn 9 underway for the Wasabazons. 2-die block on Fievel version 2.0. Got a pal looking for that 8+. Took it with the strength 4 player. Got the KO. And now it's a 1-man player advantage for the Amazons. Two-die blitz over on the left side. Gets the knockdown thanks to the block skill. Again, looking for a 7+, but can't get it. We haven't seen a whole lot of use of hit and run here by the Amazon team. It's a very good skill in my opinion. Any movement skill is a pretty good skill, even on the ball, right? You see on the ball used to great effect so far in this competition. We see them on the Chameleon Skinks. You get a three points of movement on a kick or a pass. Yes, BB Nut, you're right. It's a one-woman advantage. Good pickup here. The ballista is going to move the ball back to center pitch here and hands off to the tick. This is the rookie thrower. Now has the ball on the 18-yard line. I love those snakes, man. I mean, I don't like real snakes, but 15 seconds to go for the Wasabazons here in the opening turn of the second half. Takes a rush to mark. James version 2.0 from the left side. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, on the ball is great on the kickoff. They're playing a couple of tourneys that give free passing skills, but specifically disallow leader and on the ball from that list. Wasabazons on the bonus clock for one of the first times in this game. They've only burned 30 seconds on the clock. Whoa! Whoa! What? All right. Pick the ball up with the ballista. Handed it off to the other thrower. The tick tried to pass this ball. Failed the pass. It was an inaccurate pass. Threw it out of bounds. Threw it out of bounds. The crowd said, look, come on, man. Here you go. Have the ball back. Turn 9 now for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Whoo! Double pushes with sponsor Eleanor. So now the Dream of Wish Foundation might be threatening to start pushing the Amazons to the left here. I don't know if he will or not. Definitely don't want to get super aggressive with their defense. They don't have the speed to match the Amazon team. The Amazon team, not particularly fast, but MA7 is pretty decent. The Halflings, though, MA5, not great. That's right. That's right. There's some kid in the stands. I was like, you're not going to believe what happened. Electric Man says, does that count as a completed pass? No. All right, Dream of Wish Foundation setting up columns in front of the Amazon team. So covering the left wide zone. Is he going to try to fill in the gap right here as well? Nick Satan's going to deliberate here in turn number 9, down to 5 minutes, 36 seconds on the bonus clock. You get 7 minutes, 30 seconds in total for the duration of the game. And when we make the cut, or when we get to the cut to top 8, that counts for overtime as well. So if you're down to, say, a minute in turn 16, you're only going to have a minute left for overtime. So not filling in the gap here. Not going to go full columns against this this offense. Just staying a space away, not giving up too much territory to the Amazon team. And that'll do it. Turn 10 now. So it does have a mark against Blunder, not just by the Treeman, but also by Jimmy version 3.0. And so it looks like the Wasabazons are going to commit to the left, to the right side of the pitch. They're not going to get too far by doing this. I think the Snakes should count as another player. Another handoff. Fails the handoff, and that is basically a null turn for the Wasabazons. Turn 10 back to the Dream of Wish Foundation. So they tried to hand this ball off for one extra space, I guess? Well, no, it'd be two extra spaces. One because the Piranha Warrior was one space forward, and another because they had an extra point of movement. Looks like we might see a 2-die blitz against the Saint. 2-die block against the Fury back at the line of scrimmage. This will be a both standing result unless a reroll is spent. The crowd catches better than her. 2-die block against Blunder, this time by Sponsor Patsy. Got the pal, looking for a 7+. No armor break. That would break every bone in my body. 1 minute to go here at turn number 10. No rerolls. Where was the reroll spent? Dream of Wish Foundation on the foul. Fouled with this sneaky get. Rupert didn't get anything out of it because he's a sneaky get. If he rolled doubles and didn't break armor, actually, he did break armor, but if he didn't break armor and rolled doubles, would not get called off the pitch. That's what Sneaky Get provides. Salamander says, as a professional arborist, not all trees have mighty blow. Fair enough. Reroll here against the Saint. Got a pal. There's that blitz that we were talking about at the beginning of the turn. Who says the reroll was spent on turn 1 blocking the tree. Wow. So no more rerolls left for the Wasabazons here. They've got 6 turns to play. They're down a touchdown. The ball's on the ground on their own 10-yard line. They'll get another opportunity to pick the ball up. Their sure hands player is over on the right side. So if they do pick it up with the ballista, the ball won't be going anywhere unless it's a handoff. Bad Dog says, Sneaky Get ignores doubles on armor rolls regardless if it's broken or not. Does it? Is that a change? Is that an FAQ change or something? It is not. Yeah, it's 2020 rule. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the rule book right now. That's just the rule. All right, fair enough. Thank you very much. Wow. All right. Good pickup by the Tick, but hands off to the forward player, Black Moon. Black Moon does not have the block skill. All these Amazons do have the dodge skill, however. Oh, I see. 10 seconds on the clock for the Wasabazons. Taking marks on these halflings. They have an exposed ball carrier right now. They could double rush the Fury to try to cover the front of the ball carrier. One die blitz against Rupert version 0.2 gets a push. That was a one die because Shinbreaker was marked by Charles. Five minutes, 30 seconds to go for the Wasabazons. They're taking marks on the front of this defense, but really not getting a lot of blocks in against this halfling team. Failed dodge by the Fury. She's not going to reposition, and now it will be turn 11 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. Will we see a blitz on the ball carrier? Oh, sponsor Eleanor had taken root but spent the reroll to get away from that failed root roll on the blitz here. Didn't want to lose that blitz. Didn't want a rooted tree either, to be honest. Only got a push out of this, but follows up to take the mark. Pulls in the assist for the 2-die against the Saint. Seems likely that he's going to try to blitz the ball carrier. I don't know how he's going to make that a 2-die, though. 2-die block against the Saint. Oh, wait, he's not blitzing the ball carrier because he already blitzed. Now has a 1-die against the Saint. It's going to reposition to make it a 2-die. 2-die block against the Saint. Gets another push out of this. He's going to spend another team reroll. He's fishing for the knockdown, but doesn't get it and only gets a push. Dream of Wish Foundation down to 2 rerolls. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, honestly, as much as I love to foul indiscriminately, I think the 2016 Sneaky Get rule was healthier for the game. Didn't want to spend a reroll here. I was waiting with bated breath. Didn't want to spend a reroll. Spent the brawler skill to keep the two team rerolls available. We'll grab the number 2 Jaguar Warrior and pick them up and put them down one space to the right here. Dream Wish Foundation back on the bonus clock. So now with a number of players on the team on the wrong side of the ball right now, what is Nick Satan's plan? Remember, the passing game is inherently risky, period. It's the riskiest thing you can do in this game. But now, with that sun in their eyes, even riskier. It's a -1. Tries to dodge away out of the left wide zone. Couldn't get there. Mickey versus 0.2 pulls back into the safety position. Turn 12 now for the Wasabazons. A mark taken against Jerry version 2.0. Is that going to be a blitz with the ball carrier? BB Nut, I finished Death Stranding 2. It is batshit crazy. It is pure insanity. A little over a minute here as the Wasabazons are trying to figure out where they're going to go. They're taking a lot of marks. They move the ball forward down to the opposing 18-yard line, but who's going to keep the ball carrier safe? Two-die block over on the left side of the pitch here. Gets a stun out of it. And there's the hit and run. One space toward the ball. 33 seconds to go here for the Wasabazons. BB Nut says, I finished the YouTube playthrough, but I haven't seen the ending and I don't understand how we get to the ending. Yeah, I played the whole game and I don't know how to answer that. 5 seconds to go here for the Wasabazons. They're taking a couple of blocks here. But now, so not taking a whole lot of blocks, you would think that means they're leaning into the movement game. But they're taking just enough. Oh no, triple skulls. They're taking just enough blocks to make good trade here, but that will be a turnover. They're taking just enough blocks to really weaken their movement game. And which means they're not taking enough movement to really make those blocks worthwhile. So now they have exposed ball carrier, and they're going to rely on Nuffle to prevent the blitz. Two-die block by sponsor Eleanor. Gets a dodge push out of this. There's another rooted tree. Spends another reroll on the blitz. No blitz on the ball carrier. I have no idea what's happening. Spire spraying to Nuffle. I haven't the vaguest inkling of a clue. So what's going on? The ball's really more of a suggestion. You know, it's just that it's a prop, really. It's like a fidget toy. Iron Cynic says, is this the same game I play? Good 3+ dodge by the down. Two. Okay. All right. 2 marks on the ball carrier. Electric Man says, look, it's Blood Bowl, not Ball Bowl. All right. Finally a failed dodge here. Stuns himself. Jerry 2.0 stuns himself on the failed dodge. Turn 13 for the Wasabazons. Are they going to get into the end zone here? They can set up, make this a 2-die blitz by number 6, hit and run away and score. What is this mark? Number 10 takes a mark on the left side here. With no rerolls remaining, these blocks are scared. What? Why? Ah! All right. Gets a push. Oh boy. All right, 2 marks here. BB Nut says, if what I've heard about BB 2025 is right, people better like hit and run options. Oh? Are they giving hit and run to more people? Or are they like making the game... Are they giving like a game mechanic that lets you hit and run? According to rumors, that is. Double skulls against Jimmy version 3.0 will be a turnover, and now it is turn 13 back to the Dream-A-Wish Foundation. Bottom of the 13th. 3 full turns to go. 1 half turn here. Coming up for the Dream of Wish Foundation. They have 1 reroll remaining. They're in the lead 1-0 right now. Oh, Gamer Mike says, will they nerf dwarves? The rumor is yes. All right. I'm eager. I'm excited to see what happens. BB Nut says hit and run might be becoming a skill. Oh, so people can pick it up. I will say the rules changes in BB 2020, I think, are largely a net positive. They did a really good job. Another blitz, not blitzing the ball carrier. I don't know who would get in on the blitz here. "45 seconds to go." Sure. I mean, things. There has been some fallout with the new rules, certainly. So a scrum being set up over in the right wide zone here. 1 die block on the ball carrier is going to be a push by Mickey version 0.2. Mr. Rocker Crocker says there will never be a perfect rule set, especially since not everyone agrees on what they want to see out of BB. That is true. That's true for any game, and especially true for games with asymmetries like Blood Bowl has. There's always going to be a tier, and some teams are going to be really good, and some teams are going to be not so good. Trade on the foul. That'll be a turnover. Turn 14 now for the Wasabazons. Surf everything! SPB resistance, but we can all agree on lowering Alpha AV to 2+, right? No. Honestly, I've thought not terribly hard about it, but I've thought about what the impact would be of simply changing the die from like a D6 to maybe a D10. Double pals against Tiny Tim. All right, no lane open right now, but there could very well be a lane. Charles could be blocked aside, or blocked down, I should say. Yeah, there's the knockdown. So we could see a blitz with Black Moon. Blitz Jimmy 3.0 off the pitch, or Surf Jimmy 3.0 off the pitch. Hit and run forward now with Charles removed. And then Black Moon could score. BB Nutt says Davo wants a D10. Yeah, I think changing the die would have a pretty significant impact without having to like shake up the core rules too much. There's the Surf. Was it a blitz? Was a blitz. Can hit and run forward. Unless he's planning to stall this out. There it is. 1-1 the score. Very well done by the Wasabazons. Black Wolf, welcome to the stream. Ties the ball game up with 3 turns to go. Wasabazons are going to have to defend for 2 turns. The Dream of Wish Foundation will get 3. Remember, they always have the threat of throwing a halfling with one of these 2 treemen. Just 1 reroll left in this game, and it belongs to the Dream of Wish Foundation. Can they come out with a victory in these final 3 turns? Baron Bucky says, here's the thing. Very good players want less randomness, so they will win more. So, yeah, of course, guys like Dak and Davo want that. D6 is great. Randomness is fun. BB Nut says it's not going to happen. Games Workshop says everyone knows what a D6 is. Spire says, is it still sunny? I'm pretty sure it's still sunny. It is indeed still sunny. So a sort of modified anchor here on defense. Dream and Wish Foundation now to set up their offense. They're going to be looking to try to keep one of these Treemen free for turn 16. Yeah, he's pulling one off the line. And that's for the halfling toss. The inevitable halfling toss. Well, I think there's also just like sure, everybody knows what a D6 is. There's GW has obviously done a lot of work to try to, for lack of a better, not normalize in like the math sense, but like make the game more accessible. But I also think GW games kind of have like an expectation for like dice chuck. Like, you know, you play 40K, you're chucking 20 dice. You know, you've got a bunch of cubes in your hands and you toss them. All right, 3 back to receive. 1's forward here. Jimmy version 3.0, a little bit forward on the 12-yard line. Everyone else, the other 2 receivers back on the 16-yard line. Here's the kick. Oh, no. The Dream-O-Wish Foundation pick up an extra turn. Tizzle Bizzle demands death. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I am happy for everyone that loves current 40K. I think it's fine, but I am very much a 30K person. I'm a 7th edition person. Good removal here by the Dream and Wish Foundation. One die block on the left side of the line gets the push here. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I feel like Blood Bowl has the perfect balance of die rolling. There are some things that suck to fail, but I want them to keep the game balance for people getting into the game. I think Blood Bowl is a fantastic game. Right? I've said it time and again, but there's a reason this game has been played for 40 years. Like, it is a marvelous game. Absolutely marvelous. First edition and second edition, not the best, but I do respect that they exist to have gotten us here. Smasher225 says Blood Bowl is the best game. It is. It's a great game. $25 seconds left for the Dream and Wish Foundation. They picked up an extra reroll. Not an extra reroll. They picked up an extra turn on the timeout, and they'll be more than happy to take that. The Amazons not so happy about it. Deep kick will be recovered on the rush by Mickey version 2.0, but fails the pickup. Not going to waste the reroll there. That's going to be a turnover. Turn 14 now for the Wasabazons. So the Halfling team effectively back down to 3 turns. Smasher says it's actually fantasy football, so everyone who plays fantasy football just plays roster simulator and they're lame. That's how I describe the game to people that don't know Blood Bowl. I say that is the tagline, right? It's the game of fantasy football, but I say it's fantasy football, except the fantasy is orcs and elves and trolls and things. Two-die blitz over in the right wide zone. Gets a dodge push out of this against James version 2.0. That's right. That's right. Not that kind of fantasy. Tie ball game right now. The Wasabazons getting aggressive over on the right side of the pitch. SB Beaver says, I've called it fantasy football. That's cute. I like that. Very aggressive by the Amazons. They are hurtling downfield now. They're in danger of getting left behind. Here they come. So they're going to try to stop the ball right here on this half of the pitch. Wasabazons back on the bonus clock. They have 5 minutes remaining. They have gone full bore, 100% attack, attack, attack here on defense. Look at this guy. He's just standing there with his arms crossed. Like, he's like, come on, guys. You couldn't pick up the ball. You can't cross your arms. Turn 14, back to the Dream of Wish Foundation. 3 turns remaining. Bottom of the 14th. Can the Dream a Wish Foundation score? They currently have a free treatment in sponsor Patsy. Another failed pickup. They can't waste the time. They spend the reroll. They're going to try a handoff. Works out. 3+ handoff to Jerry version 2.0. They'll get this ball up near the line of scrimmage. And there it is. They've advanced the ball to the 6-yard line. They've got to end next turn in scoring position, which conceivably they're already there with the treeman for the fling fling. One minute to go in the turn. Two-die block by sponsor Eleanor. Gets the knockdown thanks to the block skill. There it is. Good stun on the armor break. .34 seconds remaining in the turn. So the Dream of Wish Foundation are resetting their offense here. They see these Amazons getting aggressive and into their side of the field, so they're going to pull some players back to cover the rear of the ball carrier, and that means that there's nobody ahead of them right now. B.1234, welcome to the stream. Good 3+ dodge on the left side of the line to get Terry version 1.0 into position between the prone mountain and the ball carrier. Dream of Wish Foundation back on the bonus clock once more. No rerolls remaining. Is Cindy conscious? Yeah, Cindy's watching from the reserve box, thinking to herself, "Why don't I ask for more money?" Tree blitz, two-die blitz, got the pound. The ballista 7+ is going to break armor with mighty blow. No armor break. Roll to 3. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, make all throwers at least 2+ PA and maybe even some 1+ PA to incentivize throws more and make passing better. I do agree. I wish the passing game was stronger. I understand there are design implications around that, but I don't think they're unsolvable. Turn 15 for the Wasabazons. Boy, are they... They're just not worried about the fling fling, it looks like. Smasher says, just remove wildly inaccurate. Throwing fixed. They deliberately made passing worse, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what the design intent was. Poor guy. Poor guy. Remove the ball carrier on the blitz. Well done, but that ball's going to bounce one space behind sponsor Eleanor. BB Nut says, which they failed at. Yeah, fair enough. Goal was to make passing better, which they failed at. Got a removal on the 2-die blitz here. Vakari, welcome to the stream. Vakari says, most throwers should be 2+. Literally all else should be 3+. I don't think I hate that idea at all. I think that's completely reasonable. Smasher with the sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your generosity. What on earth is happening right now? What a play! Wow, he tried to go for the ball pickup, but it didn't work out, and now the ball is in the hands of Fievel version 2.0, which is standing right next to sponsor Eleanor. Ball got bounced back and forth on that -1 pickup. -2 pickup. Three-die block on the PAL with sponsor Patsy. Frees up the Treeman. Sponsor Eleanor freed up here on turn 15. .48 seconds to play here in turn 15 for the Dream of Wish Foundation. I think they're thinking about whether they're going to try to score here or next turn. They have no rerolls left. Iron Cynic says time to chuck them. I think you're right. It's in the hands of your Hefty. Your Hefty actually is your stronger or more resilient player with that AV of 8+ rather than 7+. Nick Satan's going to take their time here on this turn, figuring out exactly what they want to do. All of their team marked, or most of their team marked, but it's behind the ball right now. Failed dodge. Oh, no! Injured himself on the failed dodge. That's a turnover. Final turn of the game coming up. Can the Wasabazons stop this score? They may very well. Two-die blitz in the left wide zone. Gets a dodge push out of this. Chooses the normal push. That's fine. Will follow up. Why blitz? Why blitz then? All right, so that's the blitz. Got the pal to knock down 5. Oh, good armor break here. Good armor break. Pops that ball out to the left. That might be game. Good stun, so Fievel can't get back on his feet. He's out for the game. There's a scoring threat by number 3, but it's the final turn of the game. 2-die block. I guess she just ran to safety. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage, gets a push here. Now the ball pickup, there it is. Well done. Why? Why pass it? All right, here's the pass. That's why. Well done. That will be the game. This one's going to end 1-1. Oh, man. Yeah, it's 1 point SVP on the thrower. Well done. Final turn of the game. Dream of Wish Foundation had some dreams of winning this one, but it's going to end up being a draw game. They're going to be looking for some casualty SVP here. $30 seconds down this final turn. Dream of Wish Foundation looking to maximize their dice here to pick up some SPP. They're trying to figure out which of their halflings they want to pick up some SPP on and how they can make this a 2-die block. Hard-fought game for both teams here. I think the Amazon team, in my opinion, was very aggressive in movement style, but not so aggressive with their blocks. I think if they were a little more aggressive with their blocks, they could have removed a number of these halflings, and they would have been in pretty good shape. Tree Blitz on Blunder gets the knockdown, looking for a 7+. The Kaz would be 2 more SPP. That's not going to do it. So that's the Blitz spent. Still has at least 1 block to take. Could take a number of blocks here. Has a 1-die with Terry version 1.0 at the moment. Could make that a 2-die. Yeah, here's the 2-die. Gets a push out of this. Repositions the tree. Is he going to try to foul? He is. He's not going to take another block. All right, he's not going to take another block. Instead, he's going to foul. 4 assists on this foul right now. It's a 5+. Here it comes. Doesn't get anything out of it. Gets a stun. That won't be not what he's looking for a GG foul, yeah. the old GG foul. Why risk the rushes? What am I missing? All right, that'll be the game. 1-1 the final here. Oh man, that's right. GG to both coaches. That was a lot of fun to watch. Oh man, I love Nick Satan's cheerleaders. That's great. And with that, the Wasabazons will be in 6th place here. They pick up their 3rd draw. They're at 6 points, dead even on TD differential. Dream of Wish Foundation will pick up their 1st draw of this competition. This is the midway point of regulation. There are 9 weeks of regulation here in the Spike Magazine Trophy. After that, we have a cut to top 8. The top 2 teams of each of the 3 divisions will advance to the top 8, and then the 2 best teams besides will also advance to the top 8. It's a single elimination bracket. The 2 finalists will earn an invitation to our championship at the end of the season. That's the Blood Bowl. That's an invitational. But other teams may qualify as well. It depends on how this season shapes up. We've got a lot more games to play, and we've got a few more games here in week number 5 as well. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. Coming up next, we have a game. We have 2 games this Tuesday, July 22nd, starting at, that's right, 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. We're going to have the Believe Broncos versus Odin and Snuffle, BB Nut versus Clypheus. That will be Nurgle versus Norse. And then that evening at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to have the Discomancers versus the Gunner Gets. That's Ian versus Cobblestorm. Necromantic Horror versus Goblins. Those will be fun. Yeah, that's right, 6 a.m. 2 games left to be scheduled this week. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at... leaving the stream on between games. No, I'm not. You'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB, here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. Electric Man says there's a Monday night game. There is, but it is on air. You can also watch. Where did I leave off? You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl. This game is a ton of fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store until Tuesday, July 22nd at 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.